do that.
Okay. All right. Happy New Year's Eve, everybody. We are ready for some live news AF here today. How many other podcasts are doing an episode today? That's it.
4. There's 4 total.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we did Christmas Eve last week, so there was only 2 doing it then.
Mm-hmm.
We won't stop.
We won't stop. Nobody can stop us.
Nobody can stop us. Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. My Instacart shopper is sending me a message.
Ooh, what are you getting?
There's a bunch of I have so many house guests here, and so my wife went to the store yesterday, and she was like, "Okay, you're done with work? Great. We want to go to this. We want the grocery store trip. Do you want to just go?" Like, no, I actually do not. You go. And then she went to the grocery store and called me and said, "Yeah, they have nothing here. You're gonna have to come back tomorrow." Like, I'm good. I don't need anything.
Yeah.
She's like, "I just want to make sure that you have all your stuff." Like, I'm good. I don't need anything.
What's your stuff? Are you in a strict regimen of just regular like 2 eggs every morning, no matter what?
No, not like Danny. So at Wegmans, they have like a lot of different like prepared foods and stuff like that that I like to like a bunch of stuff like for the air fryer and everything.
Yeah, just
but
easy
like,
to do.
Look, if it was just me there, yeah, I would say like I want to make sure I have blah 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 blah. But I'm entertaining for a house full of people. Like, I don't care. Well, really.
Pizza every meal.
Throw it in a trough.
Whatever's easiest and cheapest. Let's just we're not going all out here.
Yeah, you got Little Caesars down there?
No, I'm gonna make pizzas later.
Oh.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
The ultimate cheapest option.
Yeah.
Everybody likes that.
Yeah, they do.
Tortillas, ketchup.
No.
Tortillas and ketchup.
All right, here we go. First,
not at Rob's house.
Shout out to the chat here with us live on New Year's Eve. Okay, should we go like 13 hours till we hit midnight?
Yeah,
that might be preferable to my day.
Yeah.
East Coast. Is it?
What do you have going on, Danny?
It's Liz's birthday and New Year's Eve.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, let's put this in the podcast. Okay. All right. Here we go. Hey everybody, what's going on? Rob Cesternino back again to talk with you about the week's most interesting news stories here on New Year's Eve 2024 on News AF.
If the story is buzzing like it's on crystal meth, it's about to be News AF. If the same old news makes you bored to death, it's time for some News AF. Actual, factual news. Yeah, we are back here live on New Year's Eve to talk about everything going on the last day of 2024 here with the News AF team. And back with us, somebody who is excited to be with us once again, pickleball's top influencer, America's Dad. It's Tyson Apostol. Tyson, how are you?
I'm great. I slept in this morning till
congratulations.
It was.
There's no school?
There's no school still. There's no school this week. And they do a thing next week where there's no school for, I think, Monday. And then Tuesday is a regular day. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are half days.
What the hell?
Shenanigans.
And I was like, just cut
it out. Yeah.
Just give us another day off and do another full day.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's reasons they do it, for some reason, the number of
their funding.
According
to
training day.
Yeah. So they are training days or like parent teacher, but it's like, I can't even imagine people with real jobs who are like, kids out of school at noon again. Like, come on.
Mm-hmm.
So
what's sleeping in for you, Tyson?
8:30.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
As an adult with kids.
Yeah. When I first knew Danny, sleeping in was like 1.
Yeah. It was like mild hibernation is what I would call it. Not just sleeping in.
Yeah. So,
but he was a growing boy, eating like entire bags of popcorn and then riding his bike all day. He needed that sleep.
That's true.
And look, it's paid off. Look at how good.
That's very specific. Yeah. You ate a bag of popcorn and then rode
I just remember him.
Day?
He really hammered popcorn.
I still do.
Something he could hammer.
Mm-hmm. I still do. I love popcorn. Yeah. If I go to the movies, I get the refillable yearly bucket. And it's only it's $25 for the bucket. It's like $3 to refill every time. Yeah,
you've talked about it. You'll stop at the movie theater and fill it up.
They're going to quit the program because of Tyson. They're like, dude, we are losing money on concession.
Movie industry is going down.
Well, so when I used to not get that bucket, what I do is if you buy the largest bucket, it comes with a free refill that day. So you'd buy the bucket, they'd fill it. I'd eat it before the movie started as quickly as possible.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I could go back and refill it and enjoy the second bucket during the movie.
Now you understand why popcorn stands out in my mind, Rob.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
Okay.
Tyson.
And I don't feel bad about it. There's zero guilt with popcorn. There's a ton of salt in that shit for sure. I'm
you gotta drink more extra soda.
Ravaged. But other than that, it's kind of a guilt-free. If I make it at the house and I sprinkle some olive oil or some coconut oil, it's like pretty much guilt-free.
You have an air popper?
Yeah, I have an air popper, but it tastes better on the stove when you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I do either one. Either one. I have an air popper I use sometimes, and so that's it.
All right. Well, here with us, a guy who has a big day today, that not just it's the last day of 2024, but also the first day of the next year of his soulmate's life. It's Liz's birthday today.
Expectations couldn't be any higher.
Danny Bryson.
Through the roof. Through the roof. I've offered, because I would never dare to presume she would want to do something. So I've suggested things. Just last night I suggested things. I'm like, look at all these things we can do. Just choose one.
What'd you say?
Choose one. She said, I need to think about it. So by the end of today, nothing probably will be done. And then
see, I think, and from what I've read, that I don't think, if you're going to be, again, if you're I'm sure that there's people are going to say that I'm doing this wrong, but don't give an option. You just make the plan.
So much. No, that's not true. There is so much risk involved. That is not,
They just want to be mindless and move around, and then they're like, wow, you thought of all this on your own and you took the initiative. I love you.
It's so scary. That's the scariest thing, is to make assumptions.
I know, but that's why you have to do it. You just pick the thing and you go with it.
Yeah, I do lots of scary things, but that terrifies me. I don't know if I'm qualified to just hey, this is what we're going to do, and then see the look on her face. So just we're all adults. Can't we just pick our activities? I mean,
my wife is like, wait, where are we going? I'm like, you'll find out. Surprise.
And then the look on her face. Have you given good surprises throughout
you
the
should
marriage?
know your wife enough to know that things that she kind of likes, like what kind of food she eats. And
I made offer. You're right. Maybe for the restaurant choice, I know exactly the kind of food she eats, but the activity choice, just I don't know.
Just go with anything.
Yeah, you're right. Anything. Let's just drive around in a snowy parking lot.
No, go to Bean Museum at BYU and look at dead animals.
Oh my gosh, you would hate that. I can tell you right now.
It's anyway.
I'll figure it out, guys. But let's just say that the stress, the last day of the year, is just through the roof.
Yeah.
What's going to happen today? I don't know, but I do know that there will be people disappointed at the end.
Okay. Will you entertain? Is that what's going on?
Oh yeah, I've already sung 5 times. Happy birthday.
No, are you having guests over?
Are you having
a party? No. Although but that's not our fault. Normally that's something that I'm
till midnight.
Yeah, they can stay up till midnight. The other thing is, normally we do have people over. This is the one time a year I will play games with Liz, right? I don't play games. I hate board games. I hate them. They bore me to death. So this is the one time a year I will do it without complaining out loud.
What games do you play over there?
Oh my gosh. We have an entire closet filled with games.
What's your go-to?
I don't even know what they're called because
Settlers
I don't play
of
them throughout the year. That's old school. Get out of here. That's 2 years ago, 3, 4, 5 years ago.
So Liz is on the newest and latest board games?
Oh yeah. Every updates at least twice a month.
What's the
she
new
loves
update?
Games. Well, they've been playing this game. I don't know what it is. I just hear it, and when they're playing off on the side, my kids and my wife, and there's you have to say things that start with the letter, and then you hit this thing at the same time to get the letter, and then you say I don't know how it's played, but that's what they've been playing. The only reason I know is it makes this horrible sound constantly whenever they hit the letter. So yeah, games galore.
Sounds like they're making memories without you.
Oh my gosh. Well, no, because I'm there complaining. So they'll be like, I remember Dad was always there complaining. I'm in the memory, right? I'm just not playing the game. I'm cleaning the kitchen and complaining. That's where Dad is in that game memory. So if nothing else in my back pocket, I have the games. I can play a game not complain, and then stay up till 12. Maybe light off some bottle rockets.
Okay. So the fireworks are there for you.
Yeah.
Can we discuss for a second? Somebody said, Docs in the chat says Liz is a tax break baby.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't understand that, but then Steffers seemed to understand what it was. You get a tax break if you're born. Is it just like on the year or what? I'm assuming it's just.
Do I get a tax
year?
Has Liz been taking a tax break and then using that money? Because I don't do the taxes.
I'm assuming it's just on the birth year when you're paying and the insurance and all that stuff. You have the baby right at the end.
Get it in under the
I will
wire.
say this.
Yeah.
It is a terrible date to have a birthday. Just the worst possible day.
Is it the
of
worst?
The year. I was telling, other than maybe Christmas.
Well,
so
Christmas that me and Tyson's friend Boston Rob, his birthday is Christmas.
Yeah,
that's bad. That's the only one that I think
he seems
trumps.
to like it. He posted about how him and Jesus have another birthday.
I guess that's cool. But like 4th of July, I think would be a great time to have a birthday.
Well, you have the fireworks built in.
Yeah, right. They're built in. It's just, it's winter. It's dark. Everyone just had Christmas. Everyone's traveling. Nobody wants to do anything, or they already have plans. The expectations for what's going on out there in the world for New Year's Eve are through the roof and just out of control, and always a disappointment. But nobody learns from year to year, so they're not willing to come to her party because they think there's a party out there happening without them that's going to just be like Great Gatsby level, right? And then, of course, there isn't, unless you're in the Great Gatsby group. So yeah, it's just a terrible time. I think one of the worst. Halloween would be. Actually, I think Halloween would be
probably good.
better.
You get candy.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, everybody's already festive.
Do something
really the worst.
celebratory and then get presents on top of that. So the thing, my mom is December 29th, and
that's pretty bad too.
People forget the birthday all the time.
Yes,
it's coming down from the Christmas high, and it's a lot, and then you're just like, well, I just barely got you a present 3 days ago.
Exactly. Oh, we just barely saw you 3 days ago. We just barely had a family gathering 3 days ago. It's an awful time to have a birthday. The best, I think, would be January or February, where there's not a lot going on and people are looking for a reason to be happy. That would be nice. But summer birthdays trump all. I think they just seem so nice from a winter birthday
except
perspective.
If you are in school, you can't bring cupcakes.
Yeah. But our school does a summer birthday cupcake day.
Yeah, but
where
you gotta
they're
share
like,
it with everybody.
Yeah,
you do. Not with everybody, but you do. Like they're like, okay, you two are on this day. Okay, so tax break baby, you can claim that baby as a dependent for the entirety of that year, even though they've only been alive a day.
I'll talk to my accountant.
So
yeah, okay.
If you're gonna have a baby.
So Liz's parents cleaned up that year.
You reap a benefit. Yeah.
Well,
you reap a benefit on that birth year. Yeah.
Even worse for Liz, by the way, is that her stepmom also has her birthday. So imagine New Year's Eve, you're like at the bottom of the totem pole.
Sounds like the family's been really planning these
tax break babies. I should ask Liz if she was a forced labor just to make sure that she was born on her future stepmother's, who was her dad's high school crush's birthday. That would be some intrigue.
Wait, so this sounds like a juicy story, Danny.
Oh, so juicy.
Oh my gosh, you don't even know how juicy it gets.
It gets so there's so much juice, like it's like just squirting out the side of your mouth.
Rob, you knew that Danny's in-laws
swapped.
We
knew that. That was something you should already know, Rob.
Or Rob, you knew that, right?
Wait, remind me, because I forget. I hear so many stories. So, but this is sounding very familiar.
So Liz's mom and dad. Married. They divorced, and then they married a couple. He married the woman, and she married the man of that couple that also got divorced.
Yeah, also got divorced. And are they friendly, all the four of them?
No. Although as you age,
I've seen them in the same room together. I think they were
at our wedding
stuff. Yeah. So
the other thing is that the dad, I don't know if Liz would want me to share this, but the woman that the dad ended up marrying was a high school sweetheart. So lots of intrigue. When I was there, I was like, I know exactly what happened, but people have their own stories that they tell themselves.
Yeah.
But in the end, you know what? I guess it kind of worked out. Everyone seems mildly happy, but Liz did have to share her birthday with her stepmom, which would just be, and I like her stepmom, but it would be tough to share a birthday with a stepmom.
Yeah.
I never tire of hearing the story. I just, every time I've known about it since Danny's been married, I think, and I still think about it sometimes just at random.
You know, it makes sense. I'm surprised it doesn't happen more often.
It should happen more often out of spite.
Spite marriage. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a spite marriage. Like, yeah, you took that, I'll take that. But then you're just getting the rejection. It's like a rejection couple gets together and they probably have less power.
Or there's a reason that they got divorced in the first place, and you're like ending up with like the lesser of the two spouses.
It's not really like a revenge, you know, like when a guy gets a revenge or a girl gets a revenge.
Yeah. Because the first couple that got together were probably like, fine, I don't care.
The other problem is it could spiral into endless complaining about the others because you both know them and you both have a gripe. So it's like, you just like go down these terrible. So now that I think about it, not a good idea. And also, if you have a choice to have your child born December 31st, it might seem exciting at the time. But from observation, I'm going to
tax break.
No, I know. I don't think it's worth it for the child in the long run. Just keep that baby in the womb. Maybe tape up the opening and whatever you have to use to keep it into January, because it'll be so much better.
But holding it a day or two isn't going to matter.
I know. But
you're going to have to hold it like multiple weeks for it to even make a difference in that baby's life.
We're going to induce labor, which is definitely risky anyway. Like, you're never induced for the 31st just to get that number. I would say, like, just let it happen naturally. I know it's probably
don't
horrible.
Induce for the tax break is what you're
having
saying.
that baby
need
in
that
your
tax
body.
break that year. That's the year you need the tax break.
Hey, maybe, but for the child's sake, just keep it in there. Like, just do those Kegels and keep it back. I'm sure that's how it works. I know so little about the female anatomy.
Is it Kegels or is it Kegels?
Dude, you know what?
I've heard it both ways.
Kegels. Yeah, I'll take that, Tyson.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like everything's going great for Danny, and
so far it's only 9:26 though. Right. A lot can happen over the next like 14 hours.
All right.
Or whatever.
Well, and then not to make this about me, I've got a house full of guests right now. Nicole's entire nuclear family is here.
Nuclear is in like explosive emotionally.
Everybody's been on their best behavior so far, but
that's good.
8 house guests and an extra dog here.
Dude, it's like holidays in a submarine.
Yeah, and we're doing Christmas again.
No,
we're doing Christmas again.
Get out of here.
Yes,
that's more presents.
That's
more everything.
Yes. I got a closet full of presents downstairs.
Wow. Will it ever end?
Doing Christmas. Will never end. We're putting on Christmas. They're putting on Christmas music.
No,
bro, it's December 31st. I can't be listening to Jingle Bell Rock. Enough.
I'm sorry. I thought I had it rough, but Rob.
No, we're still going on and on with Christmas.
Okay, so who's there? You've got siblings and their spouses.
Nicole's brother and his family, Nicole's sister and her family. I mean, and again, I'm like complaining, and Danny will have like go to a thing with like 52 people, like, and it's his brothers and sisters.
But I can leave. I've got an escape hatch.
Yeah,
he could go into a closet.
Is everybody sleeping in the same room, or what's going on? Nobody's using your office.
Different rooms. Like the boys are, my kids are sleeping in the same room, so somebody's taking over there. Okay. Nicole has her office. That's her father's sleeping in there, and then we have the guest room.
Okay.
So luckily, nobody's had to sleep in the podcast room.
No,
not yet.
Goodness. It would be hilarious to see someone waking up though behind you.
Yeah. And I would let somebody sleep up here, but like, my father-in-law sleeps till like, afternoon sometimes.
He does?
Like, I gotta get sleeps very late. He'll like stay up late and then he sleeps very late. So I gotta get in here.
He's just like
he was like an early riser, like a normal senior citizen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah. My dad would be up at 3 a.m.
Yeah, so that's what's going on here. But let me tell you about what's going on here in the U.S. Are we ready for a polar vortex?
I think so.
Look behind me.
Yeah?
I am ready. Look at
He's ready, dude.
Danny's ready for the polar vortex.
You see that orange one at the very end? That's polar vortex jacket.
That is?
Yeah.
What's it rated?
Yeah.
I've never even worn it. It's so warm.
Okay.
You bought it. You were so excited to buy it. You wore it one time and we're like, holy shit.
No. This is what happens. I got cold once, polar vortex cold. And I'm like, never again will I be that cold. So then I bought that jacket.
And it's never been that cold since.
All right. Well, here, take a look at the polar vortex map right now on the screen, and you can see where the polar vortex is going to be. I think I'm pretty close to the epicenter of the polar vortex.
Rob, are you going to be okay?
I'm like right there.
Look at that.
I'm a little to the
When
east
does
of
this
the polar
start?
vortex.
Annie, you got to get that orange jacket.
They're saying it's going to be the coldest
I'll send it
January
right away.
ever.
On top of that, by the way, guys, it's also a black moon, which sounds terrifying.
Black moon?
So do you know what a blue moon is, right?
Not really.
Second full moon in a month.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I said that as if I always know, but I only knew that because it was in the article.
Yeah.
A black moon is the second new moon in a
Mhm.
month. So the
That
polar
doesn't happen very
vortex,
often.
a second new moon doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
Things are lining up.
Yeah.
But Bushka Baba, the Ukrainian prophetess, I'm sure she's got some things to say about what's lining up right now.
Oh my god.
So I'm trying to read this map here, and it looks like that this is like going to be there. It's the color coded to be like above normal temperature. So like so it looks like Tyson, you're going to be in slightly above normal temperature.
Oh, he knows.
Yeah.
But we're going to be very below normal temperature.
Yeah. We are already. We're still at like 80 degrees in the days, pretty much.
Mhm.
Almost.
Yeah. Polar vortex headed our way.
Come to Arizona for a little bit, polar vortex.
Bring the whole family, Rob. Take them all to Arizona.
Oh, yeah,
Tyson's
Rob, you
got
can
like
come
15 rooms and an outside couch for your father-in-law.
I don't really know how the polar vortex works, but the vortex is leaking out everywhere.
Does
Mhm.
anyone know?
From the
Mhm.
epicenter?
Nobody knows. Like the vortex is usually confined to the Arctic, and then the cold air is being blasted over the U.S.
What causes it to
Dang.
move? Russia?
Nobody knows.
Yeah, hard to say. There's a giant magnetic. Did you see that thing that said there's a huge hole in our electromagnetic field?
Is that bad?
Oh.
It seems really bad. And then the maps they use, you know, like they could just use a map that shows where the hole is, but they just like this one, it's like this dark black right over South America where the hole exists. I'm like, really? Because you're in black to red, you know, it's just so dramatic. But then when I read the article, it could be bad, but the way they present it in the map, just like this one, the polar vortex, you would think people are just dying in droves in the, you know, the circle right there. Like the sun is shooting radiation and people are exploding on the streets type of danger. So these maps, like the polar vortex one, I don't know how much I should be afraid because they've just been overused.
Well, I don't think you should be very afraid about the polar vortex, Danny.
I'm not, but I'm worried. You're pretty close. You're right there on the edge, Rob.
Yeah.
Should I be concerned for you?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you
They're saying it could strain the power grid, rolling blackouts, maybe.
The power grid?
Worst time to have a blackout right there in the coldest day of the year.
Remember when Texas had a polar vortex?
Yeah.
And then what's his face just went on vacation with his family?
Ted Cruz, right?
Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
Half
of Texas.
He went to Cancun.
Yeah, it was warmer there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
yes. It was a smart move.
All right, so that's what's going on with the polar vortex. In other news, okay, let's talk about a very serious medical issue that people need to be aware of: dead butt syndrome.
Dead butt syndrome from sitting too long?
DBS, they call it.
I get dead butt syndrome during the podcast.
Yes.
You
Well, Danny,
do?
you might
You
be
need a
very
pad.
susceptible to dead butt syndrome.
Oh,
He seems like the type.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah.
I do, right?
I think if you cut off the blood flow to your quads, that could be
Oh
the
my gosh.
huge cause.
Well, here's the thing. I'm cutting off blood flow. My quads are holding at least 2/3 of all my blood.
Yeah.
So if I'm not getting that pump backed up to my upper body, then I'm done.
You could be done
DBS.
for. Okay.
Yeah.
They call it gluteal amnesia,
Oh,
where
no.
your
It
gluteus
forgets.
medius is inflamed and forgets how to function normally.
Come on,
Ouch.
glutes. You should know
Mhm.
better. I
Is
mean,
that
they've
from-
been around? For
Is
a
that
long
from
time.
being too healthy or not healthy enough?
Does it have to be from one of those
It's
two
from
things?
sitting for too long. So
Just
that
from
your,
sitting
your,
for too long.
your
Yeah.
glutes aren't designed to bear that kind of weight for long periods.
When I was 13 or 12, it was in that area, we used to intentionally watch X-Men cartoons with our legs over the bed until our legs would fall asleep. And then the joke was to get up when the show was over and just
And run
laugh
around.
at everybody collapsing to the ground and crashing
Wow.
into the walls.
Yeah.
But that was legs. That was cutting off blood flow to the legs, which seems far more dangerous.
No,
than just
this
my
is
butt.
a dead butt.
Dead
Yeah.
butt, buddy.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's because my butt has some bad memory. Can I increase my butt memory? Is that like an exercise?
Have you
I
tried
could do?
lion's mane?
Is that what they say works?
That can't be true.
Works for everything.
It works for butt memory.
Works for everything.
You can't just
Why
throw
can't you
out
just
stuff.
flex
like
your
that,
glutes
Rob.
while you're sitting? Like right now, I'm just like
I'm doing
kegling my glutes.
Yeah. Or Kegel.
I'm doing it.
Kegling
Here
my
we go.
glutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it's working.
Tyson, my
works.
sister-in-law has been really trying to push mushroom coffee on us here.
Disgusting. Yeah, I got some
Says
before.
It's really good.
Nope,
I don't know.
she's a liar.
She's like very on board.
Yeah.
I know I've talked about
so
this.
Great. It's like very even. You know, it's no
gross.
caffeine drop off.
Yeah,
Like, that's the best part.
Nobody's trying it.
How can I get back up if I don't fall down?
Yeah.
Right? I need that caffeine drop off so I can get brought back up. Guys, I'm going to give you a hack for butt.
For
dead
mushroom.
butt.
Oh, for dead butt.
Yeah, at least for lower back. Okay, so the big trend of 2024, health trend, one of them, not big. Maybe it was more of like a
That's been
sideshow.
around for years.
I'm telling you, and I brought this up last year, backwards walking.
Walking.
I do it on my treadmill 10 minutes every morning. Well, 4 mornings out of the week. And I have to say, I think it has improved.
What does it improve, Danny?
I think lower back.
Lower
pain.
back.
Yeah, from sitting. I don't sit super long. I can't mentally handle it, but I do sit for long periods of time editing. And it also helped my knees, I think, because last year, after I started backward walking, obviously all this anecdotal, like no science behind it. The articles had some science, but even my knees felt better this year. No sore knees when I was up in the mountains.
Okay.
It was just like, let me throw that out there. I don't know if it'll help dead butt, but it just like all those health hacks, like this supposedly, just going to say it will
the
fix
one
everything.
thing.
Yeah.
Provo Man discovers one
Doctor
thing.
doesn't
want you to know.
Don't want you to know.
You know what? You're right. I should have started it with that, Tyson. Thank you.
Yeah. TKMG says, didn't Tyson have an uncle or something who did backwards walking?
I don't remember, but I don't know. Maybe. I don't think so.
Try it, guys. Don't do it in public, though. It does look super weird.
It does. Yeah. Well, my dad sent me
work.
this article, and maybe this is what TKMGs is referring to, is my dad sent me this workout book from like the 80s of this guy who just walked, but he used his arms like this when he walked, and he would carry dumbbells.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
As he would go walking, and he was shredded out. And he was like, this is the only thing I do. I walk like this for 45 minutes a day. I just go walking. And they showed him walking, and he was like,
dude, that's all
after
you
get over the embarrassment of it all,
yeah,
you get shredded. And I was like, huh. And I could never.
You have a big enough property. You never have to see anybody.
You know why I started working out? Because my dad had Arnold's Bible of bodybuilding in his workout room. And if you stare at Arnold and his fellow bodybuilders, his Venice Beach bros, you're going to get motivated. You're like, dude, I want to look like that. And then you realize you can't without certain PEDs. But it's like very similar. It was like, that was the thing. I'm like, looked at that book, that Bible was huge. The pictures were awesome. And you're like, I want to be that ripped. And then you realize pretty quickly, you can't.
I think I know what to get Danny for next Christmas.
Go find that Arnold Bible of bodybuilding or something like that is what it was called. But now, if I had known that I could do backwards
Danny,
or walking,
look at me in the Bible.
Seriously, if this walking thing with weights, that's way easier than lifting weights.
Oh, my grandpa, that's what TKMG is referring to. My grandpa wrote a book where elderly people should walk around on all fours for minutes a day.
That is an interesting theory.
Danny, can you do a mediocre amateur, like a day in the life of like, here's what I do so that I can go do my adventures, and have you like walking backwards on the treadmill?
Yeah. So I've thought about that, but it just seems so what?
Self-indulgent.
Yes, it seems a little over the top for me. I'm glad other people can do it, because guess what? I do watch videos on working out, and I'm glad that people make them. Because working out is not like, just the other day I was looking at a new stretch, and it's not helpful to read about a stretch. You actually have to see people doing it in order to know that you're doing it correctly. This person had just written about it, and then I gave up because I'm like, I have no idea what's going on here with this stretch. So I do appreciate people who make the videos, but to me it feels self-indulgent, a little over the top for me.
Yeah, you got to get over that. That's imposter syndrome, Danny.
I guess.
People want to know how you do it.
Hey guys, welcome to my gym.
Yeah.
This is where the magic happens.
Yeah.
Got my
No,
protein
not
shake.
that. I mean, we could do it that way, like do it over the top that way, or
Mhm.
just be like, hey, everybody's asking me.
Tyson,
Hey,
you and I
no.
did make a workout video. Do you remember this?
Was it?
We made a jokey Rocky Balboa workout session.
Did we ever get that?
It never made the light of day, but we went up and we were like chopping wood and like chucking rocks
jogging
and
with logs
Tyson,
on our shoulders.
What about when you made the shake weight workout video?
I made the shake weight workout video too.
Mm-hmm.
Danny, were you part of that?
No, I wasn't a part of that.
Wasn't part of that.
What a shame. What a missed opportunity.
We had a bunch of friends in there. Yeah, the shake weight video.
Mm-hmm.
How appropriate is this? This is New Year's Eve. This is like the time that people are making those New Year's resolutions. So
yeah.
Getting started with some advice.
You have a New Year's resolution?
Are you asking me?
Yes.
No, never. I think you should start resolutions the minute you think of them.
Yeah, don't wait.
Never wait.
Like
that's my
initiative.
Resolution.
Like take initiative on your wife's birthday.
I would never
could have done less.
No.
Don't make that a resolution.
Your resolution now is that if you think of a resolution to act on it immediately, not don't save it for the year beginning.
Yeah, and that just happened to be something that took place today. So it's not something that New Year's, related.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Rob?
Do I have any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah.
No, not really. I've just been trying to these last couple of months, just trying to be Tyson, I'm either doing great or just have no motivation to do anything. So I've been in a good groove for a couple of months.
Nice. Good. Keep it up.
It's impossible to keep up. You can't.
Wow.
I feel
Don't
like they're
listen to him, Rob. Do not listen.
These are the motivating words that he'll hear in his head when he has that slump. Is that all? And he knows this already because he's been around a really long time. Sorry, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the slumps occur? They're inevitable. Nobody can stay on top forever.
I know it's hard. I get very excited. And
not success-wise. I'm just talking motivation-wise.
Yeah, I get very motivated. I get very excited. I'm going to do all these things, and they're going to work. And then when it's they didn't work. I did all the things, and it didn't work. Well, then what was the point? I'm not doing anything. Yeah,
I know those feelings exactly. I have awesome ideas every night, and in the morning I wake, I'm like, that was a stupid idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
I usually start the new year hot. So I just got a jump start on starting the new year hot. I really don't hit the wall until March or April usually. But just back to the dead butt syndrome, that if you want, there's just one other way that they talked to Kelly Starrett, who is a physical therapist, said that if you imagine making a panini sandwich where you take the high pressure and the high temperature and make a grilled cheese, that's what sitting on your glutes all day is a little bit like. So you're making like a panini out of your butt.
What an image. I've got cheese coming out the side of my butt right now.
No, that's the crack.
Out of your butt crack, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's a terrible, terrible image.
Yeah.
It motivates me to stand up, I guess. I'm like, oh no, the grilled cheese is squirting cheese.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really think that that's that great of a...
No, right?
I don't think so. Makes it sound delicious.
Yeah, it's like, if I could have a grilled panini butt sandwich.
Paninis are good.
How about this? A panini press that you have to sit on so that you're cooking a panini while you're in an office chair panini press.
Can you imagine getting up the amount of sweat?
Anybody want a sandwich? I got a work call.
Mm-hmm. They say to avoid dead butt syndrome, you have to stand up for every 10 minutes stand up 10 minutes for every 1 hour you sit.
Okay.
I
stand up more than that.
Do bosses allow that in work areas? You're allowed to stand.
I have a standing desk and I've used that a lot, but I find that I actually get more work done when I'm sitting in my chair. I'm more antsy when I'm standing.
Did you see the article about standing desks?
What'd they say? Get rid of them?
They're bad for your health.
Why?
Standing still is the worst. Standing still is the worst thing. Have you ever tried to just stand still? That's so much more uncomfortable and painful to your back. Like standing all day, when people are like, I was just standing all day. Nobody ever's like, I was sitting all day in my panini butt. Everybody's like, I was standing all day and my back is killing.
Oh my gosh. like the beef eaters at the palace and the Queen's Palace. Those guys stand for hours. I always look at them, and when there's a video of them lashing out at a tourist who gets too close, I'm like, rightfully so, because that guy is in a bad mood. You can't stand. Standing is way worse. And standing desks, according to new research, Rob, killing you. It's like 5 hot dogs a day.
5 hot dogs a day?
You can have 5 hot dogs a day if you just would sit instead of stand like that.
Exactly.
Jesus.
Everything is measured in hot dogs when it comes to bad health.
Dang.
Something that we've talked about quite a bit on News AF in 2024 and probably even earlier has been some of the wild things that have gone on in the world of chess. And another one to add to the list as the chess #1 ranked Magnus Carlsen got in trouble for wearing jeans to the chess tournament, which violated the tournament's dress code.
He's breaking all the rules.
What a rebel, dude. Jeans. This is like the 80s where you're just like roll in and jeans everybody's like turns their head. They're like, what the fuck? And he's like got like worn out Abercrombie jeans, just like slow walking to Saturday Night Fever soundtrack, and everybody's just like, no. And
Look,
he takes off his glasses, sits down, and then the people come up to him. They're like, sir, you can't be in here, buddy.
like, what's he supposed to be in? A tuxedo, slacks? What's the dress code for a chess tournament?
I guess so. Okay. Yeah. Now he's also Magnus Carlsen. That he was the accuser in the anal beads scenario, also. So he was not the anal bead accuser. I thought at first it was like, oh, he's wearing the jeans that they can't pat him down. That they need you to wear like sweatpants so they can see if you have any sort of like foreign device.
Yeah.
He is just like the James Dean of world chess, it seems like.
What a badass.
Rebel
He's such a badass, dude. Such a badass.
Yeah.
Like,
now,
that's the thing, is that's the image chess needs too, because you're like
a bad boy.
The bad boy, dude. The bad boy of chess.
Not afraid of getting dead butt syndrome.
Obviously,
he walks backwards on treadmills all day long.
Obviously, there's 2 different rules, because people that play in the those parks, they look homeless when they play. But here in the big leagues, where they play in probably banquet halls or castles, I don't know, where you play chess, it requires like a suit. But
did you not watch the Queen's Gambit? And then at the end, she takes off her glasses and she's like, "That's the Queen's Gambit." She didn't really say that.
I don't need to watch it now.
Wow, now
spoiler alert.
Now
Tyson.
I want to watch it.
Yeah. I would imagine that a game with so many rules would also have a dress code. That to me just makes sense.
So he was fined $200 for wearing the
dropping
jeans.
the bucket for a chess champion like that, dude.
He's just like,
endorsement deals.
My sponsor, Crunchlock Chess.
No, his sponsor, Levi's.
Levi's will pay that fine each and every time. They're like the Air Jordans, where they're like, we'll just pay the fines on your shoes, Michael Jordan. These Levi's is doing the same for him. They're like, wear the jeans, we'll pay the fines every time. And then it's eventually everyone.
I thought he was Tyson. I thought you said he was being paid up front by Crunchlock chess pieces. They're paying his
That's
fine.
what I thought. That's what I thought. Yeah.
It's weird they're not.
So they told him that he could change and come back. And then he said basically like he doesn't want to.
Dude, he should have moonwalked.
Basically,
it's a matter of principle.
F you.
Yeah. He said, I'm too old at this point to care too much.
Yeah.
How old is he?
34.
Oh, come on. He doesn't even know what old is.
Yeah.
Probably an old
Here's what
soul,
he should have done. He should have been like, okay, yeah, I'll go change. Get up, walk like 20 paces away, and then moonwalk back to his chair and be like, just kidding. Dude, that would have been so bad, boy. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. And then he went on Twitter and then shared this selfie to show everybody what he's dealing with. He's like, bruh.
Look at that bad boy.
He OOTD, which is outfit of the day.
Yeah.
The bad boy of chess.
Bad boy of chess, baby.
Tough. Lifestyle is really hard on people.
Okay. So more controversy in the world of chess over jeans.
I never would have guessed when we started this podcast we would be talking about chess so much.
A lot.
Who knew?
Okay.
Yeah, Panini pressing those dead butts in them jeans.
Yeah. All right. Then some sad news out of Portland where two men went looking for Sasquatch on Christmas morning and were found dead.
I read
By
this
a
story.
Sasquatch?
No,
that would be amazing. Their limbs are torn off and there's like gore everywhere. It's like, would you be okay with dying if it also justified your life's pursuit? Like, yeah, he's tearing off my arms right now.
Yeah.
But look this is proof. I'm providing the proof with my body. They left at 1 a.m. is what I read.
Yeah. Why did they get on
impulse
Christmas?
decision? I'm guessing, just throwing this out there, alcohol was probably involved.
Oh, you think so?
They may have heard the cry of the Squatch in the distance, and without checking the weather, which was awful, by the way, just charged out there in pursuit of their passion, So it is dangerous to be in the woods. It's more dangerous to be in the woods in the winter. It's even more dangerous to be in the woods in the winter at 1 a.m. with a storm approaching.
Yeah.
So they're ramping it up, all for a cause. Good cause.
To go look for Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe they're irritated. All the glowing orbs and drones, all getting all the attention.
And Portland's like, we got to bring it back to us.
Exactly.
Now, how do we know they went looking for Sasquatch?
Did they say they were going looking for Sasquatch?
Yeah. Did they have like loved ones that they let know about this?
Darla, I'm headed out. I heard the call of the Squatch.
Yeah.
Christmas morning, children. He's like, I gotta go. My brother Ted and I are headed out.
This is when Squatch is the most active.
Yeah,
he can his actions on Santa Claus moving around.
He fights Santa Claus in the forest for dominance for the next year.
Yeah, we don't really know what the story about these two men were. That they were 37 and 59. So there's a bit of an age gap in terms of like these two guys.
Are they related or are they?
I don't think so.
Squatch enthusiasts.
They weren't identified. So,
they weren't identified, but they were known to have gone Squatch hunting.
They said, and the sheriffs and the men seemed unprepared for the brutally cold weather, which was at they departed to go look for the Sasquatch at 1 a.m. on Christmas Day. So Christmas Eve must have like really bubbled over. They said, we need to find Sasquatch now. And they went out into the woods and never came back.
Tired of the ridicule from family and friends at the Christmas gathering.
Like, they were like, if we don't find him before family Christmas, we will be mocked again.
Like, dude, Daryl and Ted at it again with their Sasquatch stories, and then Daryl and Ted like had enough. They're like, that's it, dude.
Yeah,
we are leaving. And then they chose the world's worst time, 1 a.m. That's like the worst.
And that's
don't
peak
do
Squatch
anything.
hour. That's peak Squatch hour.
We don't know what peak, and who are we to tell the Squatch when to peak?
What hour is
right? Yeah. He can do whatever he wants. I mean, he's a free soul. That's the whole point of being a Sasquatch is no rules, no pants, nothing.
Yeah. What are you going to do when you find Sasquatch in the middle of the night?
Cry for forgiveness and weep in terror, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Sounds like Jack
the sheriff's
Frost
department
got him first.
The sheriff's department was called in after the report of the two individuals whose return from an outdoor excursion to track down Sasquatch was overdue. So somebody knew that they were going to go look for Sasquatch.
They left a handwritten
note.
They
never came back. So just be careful, everybody out there.
Yeah.
Oh, especially with the polar vortex.
Yeah.
Don't go out.
Polar vortex is not a thing on the West Coast. We're going to be safe.
No, but
here.
they have
Portland.
Stuff.
You'll be okay.
They have stuff on the East Coast, the Squatch equivalent, the skunk,
Maine,
ape, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So yeah, be careful.
Okay. We have the story of an Australian person who has racked up $27,000 in fines after being nailed 41 times for using a cell phone while driving.
Wow.
I've used a cell phone while driving probably tens of thousands of times. Never been caught once. I feel like he might be getting targeted because
they know what the car looks like.
I feel like someone's got it out.
Phone.
Yeah. There's just no way. 41 times.
Unless it's on purpose, because you can always do speakerphone down low if it's illegal to even have your phone in your hand. Some states it's not here. So who knows what the legalities are in Australia. But also, is it photographic stuff or is it traffic stops? If it's photographic stuff.
Yeah, it looks like they got him on some photos here.
Oh, yeah, Tyson, you cracked the case without reading
that's
the
what
article.
So, yeah.
Look at him. He's got it in his left hand. I did find using my phone while driving in New Zealand far more difficult. Just to the unusual setup. Left-handed phone use while driving, that's like 5 times more dangerous.
Yeah,
it actually caused me to not use it as much.
Does he have a cat on his lap also?
Oh my gosh, you're right. The cat's looking at the phone too.
The cat has the phone. Yeah. Sarah in the chat says, don't text and drive if you're not good at it.
Yeah. I don't know what the laws are about having a pet on your lap when you're driving. I feel like that's more distracting than the cell phone.
Yeah, I agree. And going back to being bad at texting while driving, obviously no one should do it, but everybody does. But I watched the Mythbusters do a special on it, and I felt like they were fudging the results because I thought I could do that. I could do that course. No, they did like an obstacle course while texting. I really wanted a chance to prove myself.
You could do it,
course.
But that's not the idea. The point of texting while driving, which I never do, but it would seem to me that you'd wait for moments where there's just a straight shot and no cars around you and stuff. Is that not the ideal time if you need to send a text off while driving? Dude. Which I would never do.
Yeah. The ideal time would be a straightaway. Even that's not a safe bet. This is why I don't ride bikes anymore, honestly, because people like me are on the road.
That's why I don't ride bikes anymore as well.
Death trap out there. I'm surprised more accidents don't happen. That actually does blow my mind. I look around at everybody at every stop, like
88% of them are texting.
All of them are on their phone. I mean, half the people in the morning are eating cereal and looking at their phone and driving. And you're just like, how is this all working?
Yeah. And it
smart cars
does. Smart cars. We want that.
Like half of 1%, even less than that.
We need the Google Teslas where they just come and pick you up at your house and then take you where you're going. And
text
nobody,
the whole time.
There's no stops because everybody's interwoven, like on that movie that we saw. And so you don't ever have to stop because the cars just time out the intersection crossings perfectly, going 90 miles an hour, unbraking.
This guy can't. You would think after your, I don't know, second or third picture of you with it, you would put the phone away. I definitely would. I would be like, that's it. $27,000 in penalties.
It's crazy. So I put maps up on my car while I'm driving, and you can see like where the photo, they mark on the maps where the photo things are. But if he's trying to text, he misses that out on that. If he just had 2 phones,
gotta have it on CarPlay.
Yeah.
Or he's showing his cat, the movie Garfield.
Yeah. He's entertaining the cat with screen time.
Is he stopped? Is he stopped right there? Because if he's stopped at an intersection, is that
unclear?
Entrapment.
Yeah.
Well, if you stopped at an intersection, you probably still shouldn't be on your phone, but it's less dangerous when you're like at a red light to pull it out and take action quickly.
All right. Well, look, we are talking about it's not safe on the roads, so maybe you think it might be safer on the boats, but bad news. Cruise ships report their worst year for stomach sickness in over a decade.
I can't believe they broke their own records.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, cruise ship.
What a year.
Cruise ships. Norovirus is taking hold of all the people on ships.
It was a ship that brought the plague to Europe, so I'm not surprised. These things are just floating disease puddles, just
which is going to be ironic when the world ends and there's just like one cruise liner that's survived with the people on it, and that's all of humanity.
Yeah.
That's a movie, a patent pending. I'm writing that movie.
Well, isn't that just Snowpiercer, but on a boat?
Yeah, but the boat doesn't have to keep going. It can roll up to the devastation and try and recreate humankind. Can you imagine, like, the world ends, you're on a cruise ship, you're the only ones alive, you have everyone has explosive diarrhea, and you get off, and then they're like, Rob,
breed.
We need you, Rob. Rob, we need you to recreate iPhones. We've lost the technology. Can you make those again for us? Danny, can you make cars for us? Because all the cars have been destroyed.
No,
and humans made them before. No. Can we not make them again?
The world's technology will not be rebuilt from a cruise ship of people. That's like impossible. I mean, they don't get me wrong. They hold a lot of knowledge, right? Probably.
Cruise ships.
but they don't hold enough to restore even the power to one city.
But how hilarious is that? Like, that's what I think about when they're like, the world's going to end and only a small population will survive. And you're like, I'm tasked with trying to recreate some technology that I have no idea how even worked in the first place.
I don't know. I mean, you guys, we can all start fires. So that's the technology we can handle. But other than that,
heat.
And that's important.
Sure.
Yeah.
So
as long as we have tools.
Yeah. So what do you recommend for people going on cruises, Rob? Tums?
Cancel.
Pepto-Bismol?
Yeah, take it easy on these cruises. These norovirus is no joke.
Is it? So
I never even heard of the norovirus until like a year or two ago.
So it's contagious. Is it contagious or is it in the
Very
food?
contagious? Yeah, it's like the stomach bug.
Oh, okay. I got wrecked in Mexico by a stomach bug earlier this year, and it was the worst stomach bug I've ever had in my entire life.
Probably this virus.
Yeah,
it probably
severe
is.
gastrointestinal distress.
Brought in from a cruise ship.
Severe. Yeah, it was severe. It wasn't from a cruise ship, I don't think, but maybe.
Yeah.
So
don't they say don't share food, including office parties, picnics, barbecues, holiday gatherings, or other events?
Cruise ships are like the Grubhub of diarrhea, right? They just transport it from one place to another.
Yeah, I don't think mine was contagious. I think mine was food related.
Okay.
Because my kids didn't get sick. Nobody else got sick.
All right.
So,
I got one last story. It also involves travel, as this is the story of a woman who may be banned after renting an Airbnb. OnlyFans star Lily Phillips could be banned from Airbnb, according to this article, where she ended up renting a swanky London flat. You know, it's nice if they call it a flat.
A flat, yeah.
Yes. And she used this flat to film herself having sex with 101 men in a single day while live streaming the marathon session on OnlyFans.
Can you imagine the Airbnb owner?
But isn't that what we've assumed where all pornography takes place is Airbnbs?
Airbnbs. You got to know. But I would think, this is what I would think, that the owner must have had a clause somewhere that said no parties. And this is like a pretty big party.
No, that's work. She was doing work.
This is what they say, no guests.
There's probably a party atmosphere for the bros in the back of the line.
Now, initially, she got a good review from the Airbnb host who said, Lily is a lovely guest, keeping to all the house rules and a good communicator prior to arrival. And Lily reviewed the place and said the Airbnb was perfect.
Perfect for her needs.
That being said, then she posted the 50-minute documentary entitled I Slept with 100 Men in a Day to YouTube.
And then there was an update on the review. Maybe not so great after seeing what took place. The debauchery, the hedonism. Here's the thing, though. Would you, I mean, what kind of things, let's say you rented, Tyson. I know you don't have a second home anymore, but you rented your home. Where do you draw the line on activities?
I don't think you can police. It's too hard to police it. And it's either you have to police it in a creepy way where they're like, hey, heads up, I will be watching the cameras at the front door when you walk in, just so you know.
Well, he could watch the live stream, Tyson.
I know he could, but I don't know if he did. And I don't know if it was. I don't know if it was.
Yeah, usually you have a problem with the Airbnb when the owner has cameras set up in the Airbnb. This is an issue of the renter setting up cameras.
Yeah, I mean, when you rent places out, you just kind of have to like assume.
I don't think
so.
I mean, assume the worst, but definitely try and put things in place that protect you legally.
Yeah. So you think like now in the bylaws of all Airbnbs, it will be like you can only sleep with under 100 people per day at
I think that's a good rule.
Yeah.
Maybe a smaller number, 100. 100 dudes in any location is just asking for trouble.
Yeah.
A lot of smells.
100 guys over for any reason.
Let alone that fest.
Let alone,
I'm sorry, the kind of guys that want to wait in line to do this, I just don't feel like I want them in my Airbnb.
Yeah. What about the guys at the front, though, that didn't have to wait in line?
How did they get in front? Like, I would hope
there was a lottery. How did they decide the order?
Right. Like the Apple store.
Like you ever see like the Royal Rumble on wrestling? Like on that, you want to have like the later number.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're all fresh. Get a fight weak fighter.
Yeah. Is it like a bullpen? Do they want to like have like sort of like the starters and then the closers coming in?
I don't know. but
there's no good way to end this for anyone. 101 people, the 101st guy.
Here's what
so
you
sad.
do, and here's what it is now. So
Thank
the
you.
swanky LA flat, this is what you do. You have a porn B&B, and it's
Porn
an elevated
B&B.
price. It's like $20,000 a night. To
Drains in the floor
Yeah.
of every room. Everything's hosable.
And the B&B can stand for different things then.
Yeah.
Best buddies.
Yeah. Or Airbnb, if you want to call it Airbnb.
You could call it that.
I actually don't think that's a bad idea. But also, I think that if you were to put out that you were looking for an Airbnb for 102 guys, I think you would find people willing to put up their apartments for that.
Yeah. So this is a house that people are renting out and they are looking for models to come in and film there. Are you allowed to have cameras in your porn B&B?
I think if you are using it for commercial purposes, there should be a commercial pricing. It's
I like that, Tyson.
Like Cameo has commercial pricing for businesses that want to use like you as a spokesperson for like a quick little shout out. And so I think that you need to have commercial pricing there
with like $10,000 cleaning deposit.
Yeah, with a for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I think that's a route you could go, and then you could also have it be like non-commercial use, no filming inside whatsoever, will be held liable up to the like X amount of dollars, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, she's just getting started because
wait. I want to say one more thing. Before. So can you imagine like you're renting your house out and then you're just like decided to get on OnlyFans and watch your favorite OnlyFans star, and then you're like, that house, honey,
that's my toothbrush.
Is that the house that we lived in when we were before we? Oh my, that is our house. Like that must be.
You know what
though?
though? In this case, he didn't even have to do that because she was all over the news. Even I know who she is. I'm not even.
You know what this looks like?
She made news with this.
Yeah, she made huge news. She was in the news for like 2 weeks for this. They're all over with the story too. Like happy, crying. It was just like madness.
Yep. And she said that this is a warm up because next up is that she's going to have sex with 1,000 men. She's like the Mr. Beast of porn. She's going to have sex with 1,000 men in a single day to break the world record. She says that she wants to do it outdoors. I'm sorry. She wants to do it in a big warehouse with 2 doors.
A warehouse. Yeah, that's
why 2 doors? One in and one out.
Maybe, it's like a line and it comes in.
That is Mr. Beastie. That's so Mr. Beastie.
So grim. We did talk about, or at least I did read about, there was someone who did this in a boxing ring. They had tons of dudes come and engage. In a boxing ring. Yeah. So that's
very like pugilistic of like
it is. There's definitely a fight going on.
Royal Rumble.
It's like a ring guy, a corner guy,
he's like number 77.
Throw in the towel. She's
jump off the top ropes.
Oh, 1,000. I mean, I don't want to imagine how horrible that would be in a warehouse too. Like there's nothing that says sadness more than a warehouse. Full of dudes. I don't know. Are they naked like in line?
Yeah.
What's the setup for that?
Amberlin's saying this would be much more impressive if from a man. Like a man.
Sure. I mean, it'd be a lot to shake 1,000 hands.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would be disgusting.
You know how many STDs you'd get just from shaking 1,000 hands?
1,000 hands. How long does that take to shake 1,000 hands?
Yeah. Well, I guess everybody is wearing a glove.
Latex gloves on both sides.
That makes it better.
Yeah. But it's a long day.
Yeah, it's going to be a long day for her, and I don't know if she's going to be okay.
All right. Well, we'll see if the warehouse ends up that.
Docs did the math for us.
Yeah.
If she stays awake 24 hours, each person of the 1,000 gets 86.5 seconds.
Okay.
What? That's not possible. This isn't possible. 1,000 people. This is just an attention getting
86.5 seconds per person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So-
that's now I know it's going to be one of the questions on the application for this.
I also
Do
don't
you-
know what the definition of
Yeah.
it is. Is it just like
Oh, you're right.
In and out?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's gotta
they
be
might
what it
have like a
is.
warm up act before you get into the main session.
Yeah.
Oh my
but
gosh,
can
move
they
on.
find 1,000 people for this?
Oh yeah. Oh my
You think
gosh.
so?
Yes.
Mhm.
That's the easiest part. Let me turn it around away millions.
where's she doing this at? Is
This
also
one
the
was
other
in
question.
London, so I don't know if they're gonna have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
London's
Okay.
just cool about this kind of thing. That's what makes London such a great spot for these.
Did she find the warehouse on Airbnb again?
I don't think so. I think that they're working on it.
Okay.
She might have to build it.
Wow.
Okay. She slept for 14 hours after the first one.
That's it. Like that was Tyson after a thing of popcorn. I mean,
That's right.
14 hours. It's not even that
That's
impressive.
right.
All right, Danny, are you ready for a special final bolt hole of 2024?
I've got it.
Okay.
Just one though, not 100.
Here we go. All right.
Welcome to my bolt hole. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong. I'm not
All right, Danny, here we go.
So this is something we have spoken about. This is one of those things that pops up occasionally in discussion rooms all over the internet.
Yeah.
And that is whether or not you have a right to recline on a plane.
Hmm.
And Lazy Boy has gotten into the game, and they've got a petition up, which as of like a couple days ago was up to 200,000 signatures of people saying no more reclining in planes. And there is a clarification also, and this is where I think that it is smart. I think any short hop flight, no reclining. Overnight,
hot flight.
short hop.
Hop.
Short
Yeah.
hops. It's like,
Yeah, short hops, no reclining.
under 2
overnight.
hours.
Possible reclining. That's yet to be determined by Congress. But I would like to add my name to the signature, or my signature. Sorry. Well, yes.
You're
both.
saying no
The-
reclining.
no reclining on short flights. I 100% agree. I don't like to recline. I try not to recline. But when I flew for 13 hours to New Zealand, I did recline. Person in front of me came back. So naturally, like dominoes, I came
Yeah.
back.
And the
And
person
as the
behind you
Lazy
came back.
Boy, they put a commercial up and they did demonstrate how if everyone goes back, it's a dominoes effect.
It's fine.
And then the poor guy or girl by the bathroom
at the back with no recline.
at the back, no recline.
Bulkhead
They're the
seat.
ones who suffer. Yeah, they're done. So
Mhm.
it's out there. If you want to add your name to it, feel free. I'm pretty sure you can get there through Lazy Boy. I'm pretty sure they have a link. And I am absolutely 100% in favor of this for short flights.
But what is the position? Does the petition get into the time of the flight?
No, those are the details that need to be hammered out. This is just like bringing up this discussion to
Okay.
the public, which
And
is
Lazy
always there.
Boy
It's always
is
simmering.
anti-reclining. They say like
Yeah,
get
because-
reclined at home.
Yes, that's what
Not on
the
a
vibe
plane?
I get. Yeah, like the place to recline is not on a flight where you're
In the
like
comfort of your
smashing
own living room.
laptops.
Seems like
and
a
spilling
weird
drinks.
spot for them to like make a stand of like only in the comfort of your.
I
own home should you
agree,
recline.
but they've really sparked a conversation here, and they've got some signatures to
Yeah.
justify it. By the way, 200,000 signatures is a lot in the world of flying. Not very many. people
Lily
fly.
Phillips wouldn't say so.
Yeah, she had some drama or what?
Yeah.
I don't remember it. Tyson?
Lily Phillips, she was the one
Yeah.
that banged 100 people and is going to bang 1,000 people
Oh.
next.
Oh yeah,
200,000
Well,
is no.
Yeah.
I'm glad you remember
maybe
her
in a
name.
Lazy Boy might make you know maybe more of a challenge in some ways, in other ways maybe not.
I think this is my stance on this is I go in and I'm not the first to recline, but if
No.
the person in
Yes,
front of me or the person behind me reclines, I will recline.
I'm okay with those rules. If the person in front of you reclines, you're
It's a real prisoner's dilemma.
No,
yeah,
if the person, yeah, that's a prisoner's dilemma. But if the person behind you reclines, you have free pass to recline. Like if
I
they're
agree.
reclining behind you, you're like, okay, I'll shut that little.
Do you need
I
like a
look-
rear view mirror, Tyson?
No,
so you
no.
can
I
check
look
out?
behind me.
I look behind.
Yeah, I looked behind
Yep.
me on the way to New Zealand. I saw the person was asleep and they were reclined. And then I'm like, okay,
Okay.
I'm going to recline. I didn't leave it there the whole flight. I'm not a psycho. I brought it up when I didn't need it. But you know what? They
Should you
slept
have a
the whole time.
light on your like in front of you, of, like the person behind you has reclined? Feel free.
Yeah, or is open to
It's
reclining.
like a dominoes from the back of the plane to the front.
You know, the airplane companies could also just handle this themselves. Like,
Absolutely, but
literally,
they won't.
if you just got up and were like, okay, everyone, we're at 10,000 feet. Everyone go ahead and recline your chairs.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you were going to say they could give us more room and start treating us like
They
people.
could. No,
Mhm.
they would never do that. Why would they
Yeah,
do that?
That seemed like a long shot.
The worst airline in the world is all of them.
Is that your jingle?
That's my jingle for
It's
all the
true, though.
airlines.
It
Yeah.
is
Mhm.
true.
Yeah.
So anyway, if anyone wants to get in on that, I'm just offering them
Yeah.
an opportunity to put their name on that petition.
Yeah.
I think in Canada, what 200,000, it becomes immediate law, right?
It becomes
law.
a law.
Yep. All right. Let's work on what is the picture going to be for this episode. Of course, we talked about so many things, including December 31st birthdays, the polar vortex, the dead butt syndrome, wearing jeans while playing chess, looking for Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
There's a lot of them.
We probably should not bring up the Airbnb.
But the cruise ship, that's open
Cruise
for AI interpretation.
Mhm.
Using your cell phone while driving, also while petting a cat on your lap,
Okay.
like an evil villain. Let's see. Dead butt syndrome would be nice, but I don't know how we get.
Yeah. But we need
that.
to have people either not sitting.
There's
Or-
no way to capture that.
Or a throbbing butt.
Okay, but
Man,
Or a
but
panini.
maybe that could lead into the jeans.
Yeah.
A panini being made while someone's sitting. Like a guy making a
Sasquatch in
panini.
jeans on cruise ship with diarrhea playing chess with cell phone in hand.
Okay, Sasquatch on a cruise ship wearing jeans.
Yep.
What was the second part of that?
Playing
with that-
chess with a cell
Playing
phone in his hand,
chess.
right, Tyson?
Yeah. This was from Steffers in the chat.
With a cell
thank
phone.
you. Really nailed
Yeah.
it.
Okay.
But can we get diarrhea in there too? Steffers left that part out. Sasquatch with diarrhea.
No,
in
no,
jeans.
no, no, not diarrhea. We can't call it diarrhea, but we could call it with like melted chocolate all over the floor.
Mhm. With melted chocolate on the floor.
Okay, there we go.
We'll know what it is. That ChatGPT is gonna not want to get scatological.
It's smoking. There's a server right now smoking somewhere.
Being like,
Like,
are
what
they
is
tricking us? Are we being tricked?
Okay. All right. Well, it's getting faster and faster. Okay.
Look at he's
Oh,
Rob
scary.
is pleasant. He seems like he's pleasantly happy
Yeah,
with
okay.
the results.
Does have a
All
smile.
right, so
on
here
his
we go. Here's number one. Here's Sasquatch in jeans.
Yeah, I like that.
That's not bad. I like that one.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Yeah.
not bad. And then here is then this we have a second version. Pretty similar.
Yeah, they're just actually reversed of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are
I
both
feel like
great.
it didn't try really hard. It just gave us mirrored images.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what
I
I'm
did.
saying.
I did two of them.
Well, what
Here's
is there?
two.
Is there any adjustment? I mean, a Sasquatch on a cruise ship wearing jeans, playing chess with a cell phone with melted chocolate on the floor. I think it kind of nailed.
It did nail it.
Yeah.
Yes. It's uncanny.
Yeah.
What are you using now? Are you still using
Just
Picasso?
Dolly on
Dolly.
ChatGPT.
Yeah. You upped your game.
Yeah.
Okay, I say we just go with it. Why
Yeah.
why tweak success? Make it more chocolatey.
More
I know, I'm
chocolatey.
just kidding. No, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
Okay. All right. Danny, what's coming up for you?
Birthday, New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
I just put out a video from New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I didn't, when you make a video, you wonder how much griping you should put in a video. Like I need on my computer on Adobe software, they need like a gripometer, like how much a
That
person
shows. Yeah.
right? It's like
Gripometer.
acceptable amount.
Were you
of
griping too much and the audience wasn't having it?
No, I was complaining too much when I was editing. I'm like, man, I am
Oh.
complaining nonstop about how nobody showed up. I was like, cut 90% of it out, but still left.
Oh,
10%.
while you were doing your New Zealand
yeah,
thing, you were.
yeah.
But I'm going to get some of that backlash.
No. You rolled your ankle. You had a rock solid gold-plated excuse not to be there.
Mm-hmm.
So I put that out, and yeah, I've got some stuff coming up, some exciting stuff.
Okay.
We're just working through it. So
all right,
that's it.
Well, great job today, Danny. Good luck with the birthday, and just pick something and go with it.
Yeah, just pick something and go with it. Like, you take control. She's gonna like really respect you.
Like, oh, Danny, this was so thoughtful.
Wow, I like how you took charge and control like that.
That's
something I've never seen from you before.
Didn't even ask me.
Yeah,
thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, how to throw a birthday party for your wife? The number 4 will really blow your mind.
Yeah.
Right?
Just ask ChatGPT.
Oh yeah, you're right. It would know better than me.
Yeah,
so.
it would know.
Thanks,
better
guys.
than me.
Yeah,
so helpful.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't really have much going on. Just the kids are out of school. We're just entertaining the kids. They've been very, very pleasant. Like this break, like so happy, content, doing their own thing, and then having fun with us. So we've been, it's been great. And then some half days of school next week, I guess. And we are doing, like I said, the East Coast drop celebration here at the Apostol household with some friends. So we're going to do raclette, which is a Swiss cheese melting delicious dish.
Wow. The house is going to smell great.
That's right. And that's it. Rob, what do you got going on?
Yeah,
I know you got a whole house of people.
A house full of guests, and then I'm done with podcasting for a little bit. But last night we did get together for the best of 2024, the stars of 2024 simulation, and played that out with Mike Bloom, and had all of the stars of 2024 were there. The Rizzler, Ray Gun, Hawk Tua, all the stars came out for that one.
That sounds incredible.
You'll have to check out Kendrick Lamar. All the New Jersey Drones.
Wow, everybody was there.
Everybody, all of the stars of 2024 were there.
Because Hawk Tua has been famously absent from a lot of things.
She's back.
Yes, she's disappeared, but she has returned and resurfaced for the 2024 Big Brother simulation.
Good.
Check that out on robisawebsite.com. All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy New Year to those of you here in the U.S. And also, it's already New Year's in Australia.
Yeah.
Happy New Year's, Australians. Don't
mess it up.
Driving.
Yes, that's right. Okay. They'll catch you. All right. We'll be back next week. Take care, everybody. Have a good one. Bye.
We did it, guys.